So here's the tail of the tape. The champion, Diego Lopes, facing the more experienced Massio Fulen. You look at the age difference, 8 years older for Massio Fulen. Height pretty much the same, weight. They're right there, just a tad under 145. And what's interesting here, in the record, they're pretty much the same. I mean, 21 fights for Diego Lopes, 21 for Massio Fulen. But you talk about the competition that Massio has faced in the UFC, although Diego has already beaten 2 UFC veterans in Ronnie Jason Becerra and Marco Beltran. So we are ready to go up inside the cage with Felipe De Maria. We are ready for this championship fight between Diego Lopes
Ladies and
Massio
gentlemen,
Fulen.
here comes the big fight of the night. Señoras y señores, esta es la pelea estelar de la noche y es traída a ustedes por, and it's brought to you by Cisnova, Sublime Products, Reto Grill, Half a Spot, Amistad y Hussein. Todos los combates son supervisados por la Federación de Artes Marciales Mixtas. All fights are supervised by the Mixed Martial Arts Federation. Commissioner, comisionada, Sandra Ivette Brígido. Los jueces, the judges, Gilberto López, Abelardo Treviño y Edgar Cantú. El referee en turno, referee in charge, Miguel Jiménez. And here we go. We are live and alive from the Show Center Complex in Monterrey, Mexico, for every single MMA fan watching around the world. Cuando la jaula cierra sus puertas y surge la máxima competencia entre los hombres, it's Lux time! 5 rounds for the Lux Fight League Featherweight Championship of the World. 5 asaltos por el título pluma de Lux Fight League. Presentando primero, en la esquina blanca, un especialista en boxeo, con récord profesional de 14 ganadas, 7 perdidas, una altura de 1,78 metros y un peso oficial de 144.2 libras. Presenting now, on the white corner, he's a boxer with professional record of 14 wins, 7 losses, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, an official weight of 144.2 pounds. From Guadalajara, Jalisco, and fighting straight out of Tijuana, Mexico, he is the former member of the Ultimate Fighter Latin America, former UFC fighter, and the #1 featherweight contender in Latin America, presenting the challenger, he is Massio Fulen. Su oponente, al otro lado de la jaula, en la esquina negra, un especialista en jiu-jitsu brasileño, con récord profesional de 18 ganadas, 3 perdidas, una altura de 1,80 metros y un peso oficial de 144.8 libras. Presenting now, on the black corner, is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu expert with professional record of 18 wins, 3 losses, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, an official weight of 144.8 pounds. From Manaus, Brazil, and fighting straight out of Puebla, Mexico, he is the one, the only, the king of the 145 pounds, the champion, Diego Lopes.
So Diego Lopes is ready. Massio Fulen, on the other hand, former UFC veteran, trying to dethrone the champ, but it won't be easy as we've seen. Diego Lopes will try his second title defense after beating Marco Beltran, another UFC veteran. Our referee Miguel Jimenez is ready. Fires are ready. We are set in our cage side position. And here we go, it's Lux time alongside Lima Lea McFarlane. I am Francisco X Rivera, glad that you can join us. Diego Lopes defends his belt for the second time inside the Lux Fight League cage against UFC veteran Massio Fulen. We are ready.
Diego came out in southpaw stance and just switched it back up. So very interesting. I didn't know that he could switch up his stances like that.
And Massio going for the kick, swung and missed, trying to go forward, and Diego welcomes him with a right.
Yeah, Massio definitely has very lots of power behind those punches. He tends to go for the kill shot a lot.
There's Massio faking, just trying to keep Diego in check. Big overhand right, counters with the left. Once again with the left, stiff jab right there. And an exchange of kicks. Once again, Massio Fulen is showing big hands there, trying to put the champion in trouble.
Yeah, again,
Oh, wow.
Everything that Massio throws is just with so much power. He definitely doesn't pull back on any of his punches. But Diego, he is very calculated, you know, so while it might seem like he's taking damage, it's all part of the plan.
Good counter there by Diego, whose nose is already red from that punch that squeezed in by Massio Fulen. Another one there by Fullen, right down the middle.
Diego did say that in his year layoff, he just worked exclusively on his striking pretty much. So we'll see how that plays out in this fight. But so far, Massio is getting the better of the exchanges.
Yeah, Massio backpedaling a bit, trying to avoid some damage. He made his Lux debut on Valentine's Day 2020, our last fight before the pandemic. He's 2-0 already, dominating Carlos Cañada and Duma Roa from Colombia. Good leg kick there by Diego, trying to sweep the leg.
Massio tries to answer back with a low calf kick of his own. Diego was privy to that, stepped back. But again, you know, we saw earlier in the card that those low calf kicks can inflict some nerve damage. Massio read that very nicely. Lifted his leg up to avoid that.
Oh, wow. Good front kick right there by Massio Fulen, showing the power you're making reference to, Lima. Another leg kick there by Massio. Just wonder how far would they go staying in the bucket like that? How fast can this fight finish? Oh, look at Diego, very compact with his boxing stance. He pushed him back, and Massio is in trouble now. Look at Diego, unleashing the power and unleashing the fury. Massio trying to survive, but he touched him. Wow, Diego turning it on, pushing on the pace. Good double leg takedown, and now he's going to try to pin his opponent against the cage.
Massio is trying to recover his butterfly hook, which he did, but Diego is in a very, very good position. Even if he just stays like this, you know, he can rain down some punches. Coming around the waist, now has the full body lock. Let's see if he tries to go for some type of return to the mat. If Massio can get his right arm all the way through to the other side of Diego's body, then he will be out there. And now he has Diego against the cage. Let's see what he can do from here.
Yeah, great recovery by Massio Fulen right there. Diego, as we mentioned, was able to beat Marco Beltran with a knee bar in the first round after only 3.5 minutes. So at least Massio has already survived the challenge.
And nice knee up the midsection by Massio. That one landed flush.
Good.
Again, going for that low leg kick, but being
Oh,
countered by Diego.
Uppercut swung and missed, but Diego's able to land a couple of punches, and once again, Massio Fulen in trouble. He's able to reverse the position, put his opponent against the cage on the clinch. Diego's nose getting even more red now. He's been punished a few times already.
Now Massio has that low waist, which he can do a lot from, but Diego smartly is squaring up his body and digging for an underhook. But if Massio can finish this fight, ooh, beautiful spinning back elbow.
One of those that can surprise you at any given moment. Swinging and missing was Massio Fulen. Pretty entertaining first round. Is this what you were expecting, Lima?
Oh, yes. I was expecting both guys to not hold back on their striking. You know, we saw that Massio was, you know, does have a lot of power behind every single thing that he throws. But Diego had an answer for it. Right down the middle.
Oof.
and charging forward, Massio with a flurry of his own. But again, Diego had some really nice punches that landed very cleanly that seemed to kind of rock Massio for a second. They actually seemed to rock each other at the same time at one point. Again, really great flurries. And this beautiful spinning back elbow on the break by Massio right at the end of the first round.
Alrighty, so time to get ready for the second round. And it seems like Diego Lopes has never really been in trouble. I mean, his fight against Mandarina Solano, the Costa Rican veteran, was a tough one, even though he was able to win by unanimous decision. Also against Ronnie Jason, the Brazilian, former UFC fighter. But Massio really put Diego in trouble in the first round. So let's see how he reacts as we're underway here in the second round. It's Lux time. Ilima Lay McFarlane and yours truly, Francisco X Rivera, calling the action. Our featherweight title fight here inside Lux Fight League. Massio Fulen going against Diego Lopes. He pushes his opponent, going for the flying knee. Now for the double leg takedown, switches to single. He's able to bring him down. And this very good grounding for Diego Lopes can come up big here in this situation.
And again, comes up with that tight waist. He has both hooks in now. Let's see if Massio, you know, Massio being a veteran, oh, he let the body lock go in. But, you know, Massio will, I have a feeling he'll be very composed in this position. It's not his first time being in this position before.
Yep. Diego has won 4 fights inside the Lux Fight League cage, 2 of them by submission, an armbar, a knee bar, and although he's had a lot of opponents in this situation, has never been able to complete a Mata-Leon yet. Couple of punches there on the side, and you know, look at Massio trying to answer the phone and block those dangerous arms from Diego Lopes.
Yeah, if Massio can get 2-on-1 on either of the arms and put it over his head, he can start fighting to turn hard into Diego right there. So you see how he has he has that arm across. If he can turn really hard in, but Diego is able to recover his hand.
Yeah, and that body triangle there from Diego Lopes trying to basically suck all the oxygen off his opponent.
Yeah, really uncomfortable position to have a body triangle on, but you see right here now his foot is in the middle, so it's not as tight as if his foot would be on the outside of Massio's body. However, having that foot in the middle, it's even more difficult to get out of there in Massio's position. When the foot is trapped on the outside, it's a higher possibility of getting a potential foot lock. But Diego slowly wearing Massio down, hoping to catch him with that rear naked, hoping to sneak in one of his arms underneath the chin. But again, Massio being very composed. Now he switched the body lock to the other side.
Who's spending more energy, in your opinion, now?
Definitely Massio. I mean, to be honest, when you punch having your back taken, it's more annoying than anything, but it's not necessarily going to inflict any damage. So yeah, definitely Massio is expending a lot of energy right now, and having that body lock again restricts your breathing, restricts your ability to oxygenate your muscles, and is just, again, very uncomfortable. Massio is doing the right thing and getting out.
Oof.
There we go.
Wow, now Diego trying to take the top position now inside the half guard. And look at what he's doing now, trying to keep his opponent's head to the side control, and maybe going to side control into a better and more dangerous position as he's trying to slide that leg right now.
So he was in 3/4 mount for a second and tried to take his back, but Massio is smartly keeping that bottom leg pinned down. If he can just scoot his hips to the right, to his right, there he is, and then he can turn in quickly. Missed his opportunity to scramble up on top position, but at least he doesn't have his back taken now and can start delivering some short strikes of his own.
What a game plan from Diego Lopes. He came aggressive in the first round, weathered the storm, threw some punches, and then takes that opportunity with the takedown. And he's just basically, you know, winning a chess game here in the second chapter.
Yeah, you know, that's actually a strategy that I like to employ against people who like to strike is I actually do let them hit me and make them think that, oh, I'm winning on the feet, I'm going to start unloading. And as a result, they open themselves up to be taken down.
Yep, and Diego with a very good ground game, obviously jiu-jitsu black belt, as he's bringing down some elbows as well, trying to hurt Massio Fulen. We have 30 seconds left, and the fight might not finish here, but I am very, very intrigued about how both fighters will approach the beginning of the third round.
Yeah, and you know, this right here is Diego's game. He ends up in top position. It might be in full guard, but he just wears you out. He weathers you down, picks his shots, and, you know, eventually makes you give up. So this is all Diego's round.
Looking for the armbar for a moment there was Massio Fulen, turns around trying to get out. Oh, wow. He was looking for the choke right there, Diego Lopes, but no time left. What a after a very entertaining first round, that back burner we see now, this strategy, this chess game, good game plan from Diego Lopes in the first one.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this fight is kind of going to be all over the place. I think we're going to see, you know, a little bit of striking, a little bit of grappling, a little bit of cage work and wrestling. You know, both of these guys are very, very well-rounded. And, yeah, like the first round, all striking. Second round, pretty much all ground game. So super entertaining. And I'm sure all you MMA fans out there are really pleased with having a variety inside the cage right now.
Alrighty, so we've seen a lot of different skill sets from both fighters. Both have defeated very, very tough competition in their careers. 21 fights each, and now a belt is in dispute here between the champion Diego Lopes, his second defense, and UFC veteran Massio Fulen. Alongside Ilima Ley McFarlane, I am Francisco X Rivera. Glad that you can join us in this beautiful evening in Monterrey, Mexico, inside the Show Center complex. Lux Fight League 12, live on UFC Fight Pass.
And I'm so happy to be here, especially, you know, being so privileged to be able to call this fight. Such an amazing card. Every single fight was amazing, and we are at the main event. Had two very dynamic rounds. Yeah. Nice uppercut by Diego.
Let's enjoy it, because I don't know how far this is going to go. It's been a pleasure working with a former world champion, and we expect you to get another belt sometime soon, and we're going to celebrate with you.
Thank you. You are, again, invited to the luau in Hawaii.
Sure. Let's do that. Diego Lopes swinging and missing with that left leg. Massio trying to stay compact, using that boxing stance, protecting him, but that he ate a left, and it seemed that was an eye poke, and Miguel Jimenez is going to stop the fight and warn Massio Fulen.
Yeah, unintentional eye poke, but you see how Massio is gauging his distance, you know, pairing that front hand, and as a result, again, unintentional eye poke.
Combo right there by Massio Fulen, trying to enter and bring his opponent down. Flying knee attempt from Diego Lopes, just in case, protecting himself against a takedown attempt. Leg kick once again by Massio. Misses there. Diego able to duck, come under, and counter quickly. Diego once again landing a jab.
Nice little crescent kick from Massio, but didn't really land flush. But nice counter body shot by Diego.
We have a minute and a half left. The title is in dispute here at the Show Center complex in Monterrey. Diego Lopes, the champion, against Massio Fulen, the UFC veteran. Diego went forward, feinting with the flying knee, then a couple of punches, looking for the head of Massio. Uppercut, quickly countered there by Fullen. Diego was looking for the uppercut. Fullen able to close the distance. He gets a takedown. Let's see what he's able to do here against a jiu-jitsu black belt. Really dangerous from the get-go, Diego Lopes. Trying to reverse the position here and maybe look for an arm. There's danger going for the armor. That's it. What a transition.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable. Diego Lopes, you are the people's champion. You have defended your belt for the second time. Our respects to you, my friend. Muchas gracias.
You know, that was such a beautiful beautifully timed takedown by Massio, but in my head I was kind of thinking, no, he wants to go to the ground with him. And, you know, in the end he paid. That was such a clean transition to an armbar. Was able to get that leverage, scooping underneath the leg. It just made it look so flawless, almost too easy. My goodness, Diego Lopes, he is the real deal.
Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, he's faced 3 UFC fighters, submitting 2 of them, and making Ronnie Jason, who was a 9-time UFC fight veteran, look pretty, you know, like fish out of water. So then again, he's dominated 3 very, very accomplished fighters, and you know, I don't know where Diego can go next, but you know, I think the major leagues are waiting. Happiness there up inside the cage. There's Diego with Alessandro Nono da Costa, our flyweight champion, Irene Aldana. ¿Qué pasó, mi hermano? All righty. Well, Diego's waiting for his opportunity. He's ready. Está listo. All right. 6 finishes, 6 finalizaciones. He's ready. So where does Diego want to go from here?
So what was he saying?
He's saying, Francisco, help me.
Oh.
I mean, I've shown what I can do.
Yep.
6 finishes already. I'm ready.
So,
what is Diego ready for? That's interesting. We got to ask him.
He probably thinks you have connections. He was looking at the wrong commentator. It's me that
Yeah,
has it.
exactly.
Not joking.
it's you. Then Diego, but we got to make that introduction in a little bit. We have to have that picture with the 2 world champions, Diego and Ilima, at some point, right before we all leave the building.
Yes.
So it's one of the, I think, one of the advantages of being so intimate here with no crowd. I guess we obviously miss all of you, our fight fans, but you know, we get to be a little bit more intimate and talk to the fighters as well. This is all not rushed and everything. So what we're gonna do is I will get that picture of you and Diego, and you'll get a picture with me and Irene Aldana.
Perfect.
How's that?
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Deal.
We're all a big happy family.
We
here.
all win.
So what? I mean, we can be happy because this has been, you know, a great Lux Fight League card. And, you know, despite this being your first event, you had followed us before, and you know every card has been so entertaining. And you know, we're happy and glad that you could be here with us and experience it firsthand.
Oh, yes. And like I said earlier, that the best thing about this promotion is that it is about the fighters, it is about respect, and it is about the sport, you know. So I just love that. I'm so huge on respecting your opponent and everyone here. And so I love that about this promotion, that is what you guys encourage. And we see right here, you know, 2 guys that showed the utmost respect to each other all throughout fight week, through weigh-ins, even sharing food with each other.
Let's go up inside the cage with the voice of the Octagon, Felipe de Maria.
Señoras y señores, el referee Miguel Jiménez ha detenido el combate a los 3 minutos con 6 segundos de el tercer asalto. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee stopped the fight at 3 minutes, 6 seconds of the 3rd round to declare the winner by submission due to an armbar, and still the champion of the 145 pounds, Diego